Yeah, you read that correctly. It appears that Coach Prime and the Buffs are being backed by $500 million company to land these 5-star studs. So the NIL was introduced to us this past year, name, image, and likeness, and what everybody was concerned about has happened. Pay to play seems to be the real deal, and it's not going away anytime soon. And as you are aware, Coach Prime has now landed back-to-back #1 cornerbacks in the country. And if we don't think NIL has something to do with it, you're crazy. I do believe that Coach Prime does provide a lot of value in recruiting and to these kids into their future, but I got to be honest, NIL definitely has a factor in this as well. Just so you guys have an understanding, the On3 has NIL valuations of these kids. For Travis Hunter, he's evaluated right now at $731,000. I think that's per year. Now, how that's based on is based on his following, meaning essentially saying that if a company were to reach out to him, that is what his worth is and what they should be paying him to use any type of branding deal. Now, as for Kermani McLean, again, he's new, he's fresh, he's new to the game. His evaluation is $350,000, I think just a little bit north of that, which now that adds up to $1 million in just 2 players. And just a few months ago, Colorado's AD goes, yeah, we're going to figure it out. We're going to find the money.
Well, look, we don't have the money yet, but I know we'll have it.
Now we're giving 2 kids essentially $1 million worth in NIL valuation. We're not talking about a son or any other Louis Vuitton bags that Deion Sanders has brought along. How is Coach Prime covering this? Is he paying it from his own pocket? I don't think so, because that would essentially be pay to play. Look, I know it sounds like pay to play, but they are finding loopholes in this by finding third-party companies to basically stroke a deal with these kids. It's an NIL brand deal, but we all know exactly what it is. Hey, we're going to pay you X to go play here. Sweet. We'll see you there. So who is it, Sheldon? Who's the $500 million company, and how are you so sure that it is actually them? Well, Sherlock Shelton got down to the case, and a year ago this came out when Travis Hunter originally committed to Jackson State, that Barstool Sports would be backing Travis Hunter and Deion Sanders at Jackson State with a 7-figure contract to Travis Hunter. Now, when asked about it, the king of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, he said no comment on whether or not Travis Hunter was paid $7 million. Now, it has come out and it has been reported by a few other sources that he does not have a brand deal with Barstools. How much do I believe that? I don't know, because as we know, Coach Prime is an employee or partnered with Barstool Sports. Here's where it gets interesting, where you may think we could have put this to bed, but it doesn't end there because we get fired up with Kermani McLean. I'm not sure if you remember this or not, but when Kermani McLean committed, he committed on the podcast $1 million worth of game. That is hosted by Gilla the Kid and Wallace Peoples. Now, what does that mean, Sheldon? What does that have to do with anything? That podcast is powered by Barstool Sports. So let's go back to the history here. When Travis Hunter first committed to Jackson State, rumor was dropped that he signed a $7 million contract with Barstool. That was denied. Dave Portnoy said no comment on that, okay? And again, Coach Prime is still connected with Barstool Sports. They have him on constantly to talk about Colorado, to interview, to talk about what's going on, which is free marketing in itself, okay? And then when Kermani McLean commits, when he was supposed to be committing on Sunday, which he did not, he committed a few days later on this podcast, which again is powered by Barstool Sports. Things start to add back up to looks like they're being backed by Barstool Sports, which again is worth nearly $500 million. This is where the gray area comes into play because, well, Sheldon, that sounds like pay to play. And it does sound like pay to play. But again, Miami is in the same boat right now. They have John Ruiz, a lawyer who has 2 operating companies that he is utilizing to basically sign kids up. And he's saying, hey, they're sponsored by this company and this company. He's just using that as basically a segment, a connector to be able to pay these kids without paying them directly. You might be asking yourself, well, Dave Portnoy is a Michigan fan. Why wouldn't he just back Michigan? And I'm not saying he's not backing Michigan, but he has connection with Coach Prime. You're going into a program at Colorado that went 1-11 last year. You can come in and kind of bully your way into taking things over. If we start seeing Barstool logos on the field next year or in signs or whatever it may be, I'm going to start scratching my head and going, things are, looking like it might be. And I'm not knocking on it. It's a brilliant platform. I think they're doing a great job. And just to remind you, Coach Prime is having a historic weekend of recruiting in Boulder, Colorado, with over 15 recruit, 3 5-stars, 90% of it being 4-star studs. You don't just all of a sudden get a slew of 5 and 4-star recruits in after you've never landed a 5-star in your entire life into the state of Boulder, Colorado. I think Coach Prime can make moves and move mountains. We're moving continents at this point. So let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? What's your thoughts on this entire situation? I want to know. If you guys like today's content, make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn the bell on. We go live every Wednesday at 8:35 to talk about all things college sports. We'll also be live this Wednesday, February 1st, for the commitment for the signing day. It's going to be a big day for all recruits. Hope to see you guys there. We'll see you guys in the next one.